I love it. That's awesome. Okay. Well, I see Steph back on here. So, let me know if can you guys still see me?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I just want to make sure that.
It's cutting in and out. I don't know if you guys hear some of that like breakup. I don't know if it's because everybody's unmuted. I don't know. Sometimes it does that if like other people besides the host is unmuted. I don't know.
You know what I'll do? I'll start and I'll mute you guys just to make sure you don't get any feedback. And then once I get finished, let me know, because I was going to open it up for like, obviously like questions, or if you have anything, feel free to jump in, but I'll mute you right now. Hold on. Okay. I think everybody's muted. Hopefully that works. Whoops. You cannot minimize. Okay. So I know this tonight is kind of a coming off 4th of July holiday, but I appreciate all of you guys on so much, and just wanted to thank you for popping on. When I was thinking about what to do for this call, because sometimes I'm a hot mess and I'm scurrying around trying to figure out what's next week's topic going to be. What's the next week's topic? Tonight's call, I was thinking about myself also, and with it being summer and dealing with extra things that come with this time of year. So, some of us might be planners. I know I'm a planner, but I really need to organize better. I feel like it's organized chaos, which seems to work for me, but might not work for other people. But I've come to realize that if I don't have a plan, I'm not going to succeed. I'm not going to hit my goals. If I don't set a goal or a plan, I'm not going to meet it because I don't have one. So it's going to be that hamster wheel. And also, if I don't hold myself accountable with things, even though I fly by the seat of my pants, yellow personality, I want to share with you how I have gone into the last 6 months, especially with the first day of the month and then the last day of the month. I can't believe we're in July. I always think about the following month also. And so I sat down and wanted to share with you a couple of things that I thought about, specific things: the what, the how, and the when. I have some notes here too, but the what are my goals for the month? That's what I think about. What are my goals for this month? So if you have a pen and paper, or when we get done with this call, if you have something that you can write on or type in or anything, wherever you can keep it, what are your goals for July? Is it adding a new customer? Is it adding a new ambassador? Increasing your PV? Hitting certain amount of leaders retreat points? Going silver? Whatever it is, put a specific numerical concrete goal on paper, but make sure it is a SMART goal. So when we talk about SMART goals, and this is a term that I did not know really existed I didn't know what it stood for until I learned through network marketing, but it's really about thinking about goals. So the SMART, the SMART, all stand for a couple different things. And I like this, and I wanted to go over it. For the S, be specific and clear. How many customers do you want to get? How many ambassadors do you want to have join your team? Where do you want to be for leaders retreat points? It's good to say, okay, I want to add customers and I want to add ambassadors and I want to hit a certain, I want to add points, but how many? How many is that? Because if it, for leaders retreat, when you have clear, specific goals, if it takes 900 points to hit leaders retreat, that means that from firsthand how many you want to be at per month. And if you didn't hit a certain number per month, then you'll know what you need to do to make up for it for the next 2 months if you really want to try hard to get there. So that's kind of the S. Be specific and clear with yourself, because that's going to help you become accountable as well. The M is measurable. And this is something where at the end of the month, you can come back to this piece of paper that you wrote down and think, okay, did I do this? Did I hit this? Did I do that? Did I do all these action items that I told myself I was going to do, and I was going to keep myself accountable? And it's not like a pressure sort of thing. It's just so that you can go back and say, well, you know what? If I didn't hit it, then I'm going to really try hard to hit it next month. And you can make it more realistic for you. The A stands for achievable. And only you know the answer to what this is. So set goals that you can achieve. And I can't remember who I was telling this to, but I remember my first coaching call with Jen when I first started. She was like, okay, what are your goals? And I said, oh my gosh, I would love to hit Emerald in August. And it was like April. And I'm sitting there thinking like, that's a great goal. But that was not realistic for myself. That was not achievable for myself. Now, some people do that, sure. But for me, the way that I was going into it, I didn't know anything and I was still learning. And so only you can set goals that you can achieve. But make sure you're trying to push yourself harder than you pushed yourself last month. Think about what didn't work for you last month. Think about what did work for you and really kind of set your goals around that. The R is relevant. What is this? What do you mean? Like, so what is the question here? So what's relevant about your goals? So a great way to look at this is getting as many people as possible to try Slim HC and Joyome. This is relevant in getting people into your team and helping you change lives and helping you grow points for Leaders Retreat. So really focusing on the things that you are trying to do right now. That's the R. The T is time bound. Not only are we talking about the whole month of July, but let's say you want to add 2 customers and 2 ambassadors this month. If we're halfway through the month, then it's great to be halfway to your goal, because we don't always want to wait until the last day of the month, because I've been super guilty of this so much, because we can do these things anytime, like trying to hit our goals anytime. And that can put a lot of stress and burnout on ourselves at the end of the month, rather than trying to do it consistently from the beginning of the month to the end. If we get our new business out, like new reach outs or new potentials out in the open in the beginning, then that leaves time at the end of the month to do our maintenance, which means, like follow up with ambassadors, follow up with customers, anybody who's a white line in your back office, who's inactive, follow up with them. That will give you plenty of time to do the follow up and maintaining at the end versus the beginning. So this is step 1, sharing your goals, opening it up, let's stay accountable with each other about sharing your goals. And if you want to write your goals down right now, we can open that up. So stay accountable with each other who are on this call tonight, to show each other like what we're striving for and what we're going for this month. So that was step 1. So after you figured out the what, okay, so we figured out the what are our goals? Figure out the how. That's step 2. How are you going to achieve these? And thankfully, you are part of our amazing Pink Freedom team. And I feel like we continuously have opportunities out there to really figure out how to achieve our goals. And I've written down a couple of examples of this month of things that you can do and things that are going on to help you achieve them. So we have the 30-day IPA challenge, the Influence, Passion, and Action 31-day IPA challenge, because there's 31 days in July. If you guys aren't a part of this group and really want to be a part of it, I can definitely plug you in. Again, it's more self-accountability, and it's really all about giving direction, offering support, doing a 30-minute-a-day IPA challenge, income-producing activities, for those of you guys that are newer and listening to this. But it's a great opportunity, and it really helps set yourself up on a basis of when to do reach outs and who to reach out to, and if anyone is interested, and it's really just a great way to plug yourself in and keep each other accountable with each other. The next thing that we have for our team is starting tomorrow. A big thanks to Marty Tarmichael for heading this up and coming up with the idea, but it's the 14-day Slim Down Challenge, which customers or ambassadors are trying the new lean product and Slim HC. So this is for current, old, new, anybody can participate. So it's a really wonderful opportunity to reach out to friends and family. And even if they're starting late, if they have not ordered yet, still reach out to them. I mean, they can jump in to this group at any time. It's going to be live, every day. But if they want to jump in at day 11, it's great. At least they're trying our products, and they can jump in and kind of try to really catch up on what they've missed out on. So that's another tool that's coming out. We have so many amazing products right now. So it's really important to reach as many people about slim, hunger control, and lean, because people are seeing such great results on these two. We have so many people on our team that have had amazing results. Rachel Hassard is her story blows me away of how much she has fallen in love with these products and what they've done for her. But also Joyome, you guys. I think every time I log into Facebook, it makes me smile, because I see all of us sharing all these amazing testimonials and sharing stories, but we're going to see amazing things happening. And the great thing is that these people are getting positive results and creating a lot of momentum. And it's a great time to really get these products into the hands of as many people as you can. Just for a tip, if you are wanting to talk about these products on Facebook and find testimonials and, really reach out to people who might see your posts, but might not know about these new products. You can type in Plexus and Lean or Plexus Lean or Slim Hunger Control or Joyome, even the hashtag Joyome, it'll pull up all these different stories on Facebook. And most of these testimonials are public because people want their stories to be seen. So it's just a great way to get positive results into hands of others and creating momentum. And then the next tool we have is, I created the group today, but I haven't announced it yet on our team. We are going to be doing a Slim Hunger Control 3-day blitz. So it's just like a 7-day trial challenge that we've done every month, except this is going to be a 3-day. It's going to be June 23rd through the 25th, and it's going to roll out after the day after Marty's 14-day challenge is done. And I thought that this is a great idea in 2 different ways. This is 3 days. People can go to your website and purchase a 3-day trial pack, but they come with either Block, Edge, or Accelerator. Or if you are someone who has extra Slim Hunger Control on hand, you can always grab 3 sticks, send it to the mail to that person and have them pay you directly. Or you can order through your back office and have a surplus of those on hand or to send to somebody else. So that's going to be June 23rd through the 25th. We're going to be really starting to promote that. But the nice thing is, for those individuals that are taking a part in the 14-day challenge, Marty's challenge, they're going to end, and then they've probably bought a bag of Slim, so they're going to have enough surplus to roll right into that 3-day blitz to even learn more and to kind of continue on. So these are some tools on how to help you meet your goals. Another thing that I have found helpful that I've personally been using almost every day is the 3, 6, 9, and 12 method. This is just brilliant, and it's simple and it's amazing, and it's something that they talked about at convention, but it's something that I really found helpful and I stuck with because, a lot of us have been in a lot of different IPA groups, challenges, worksheets, all of those different things, but until you find something that really works for you, then you want to stick to something that you feel like you're going to hold yourself accountable to. But if you aren't familiar with the 3, 6, 9, 12 method, the 3 is 3 minutes, and this is really getting yourself in a positive mindset. So motivational music, reading, meditation, different things like that to really get it going. The 6 minutes is building relationships, reaching out to different people, building relationships, networking, adding friends. And it doesn't have to necessarily all be through social media. Maybe it's through a text message or through a phone call in those 6 minutes. The 9 minutes is follow up with people in your network. Follow up with people who have asked you about Plexus. Follow up with anyone and everyone who you have as a follow-up list. And if you don't, then this method will start helping you build that follow-up list. And then the last 12 minutes is reach out to new people that you have not talked to before. And I will tell you, this is it can be a roadblock for a lot of people, because I even thought in the beginning, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to run out of people to talk to. Like, there's no way but if you're constantly adding new friends and meeting people and, widening your network, that warm market of people, you're not going to run out of them. You're just not, if you just keep building it wide. But I do love this method, and I think it's really easy to work 30 minutes into your day somewhere. And if you decide how you're going to achieve your goal, and it's not 30 minutes every single day, maybe it's 3 times a week. Maybe it's on the weekends, whatever that looks like for you, because everyone's schedule is different. The point is to make a schedule. So yeah, just make it a part of your schedule. Figure out when it's going to work for you. I am someone who has been super keen on really wanting business hours to work for myself, and it just doesn't. So if I can at least know that I have 30 minutes when I set the timer, and like, it could be at 8 o'clock at night, it could be at 5 in the morning, whatever it is, I have those 30 minutes and I can feel like I've gotten some things done. The next tool that I think can be really helpful for us is a Facebook posting regimen. And I wanted to talk to you about really quickly. That's could be really helpful for you for July. It's a 5-day posting regimen. And if you want to get a pen and a piece of paper out, that's awesome. But you can also listen to this recording, and I can post it in the comments too after I upload the call. But corporate's wanting us to focus on new products and getting as many people on these products. And I think that the key to doing that is to letting people know about the products. It's as simple as that. So a lot of us, so many of us are so great at posting and putting our personal, authentic posts in there. And I think it's also really important to share testimonials about these new products that other people have experienced also. So the 5-day posting regimen, let me make sure that I don't miss anything. So the first day, 1 day a week. So maybe for the rest of July, you can do this 5-day posting. 1 day a week. First day, do a post about gut health or overall wellness. Maybe incorporate ProBio 5 or Bio Cleanse. Sharing about how these products have helped you in a specific way. And also, there's a lot of incredible stories out there that people need to know about these products. So that could be a first day. You can post an article about gut health, health and wellness. People love that those things. Day 2, post about Joyome. Do a before and an after. Maybe not yours if you don't have one. If you have one, that's awesome. I've seen a really, really great one about an older woman who has age spots on her hands. Another one with her neck. All of these, it's going to reach a lot of targeted audience that might not have been, maybe they've been watching, but they something sparks in them to want to reach out to you. But when you're sharing about Joyome, share about the amazing ingredients and the medical science behind it. That's going to hit a lot of people, and it's important for people who live a super clean lifestyle. I've had people ask questions, is this all safe? Is this all natural and clean? For me, before Joyome came out, I did nothing with my face. Like I used hand soap to wash my face. And when I got my first facial ever in my life, which was like 2 months ago, they were like, okay, that's terrible. Like you need to figure it out. And so, but somebody who's really into facial products, those list of ingredients and that it's clean is going to be a big deal. So the third day, focus on weight loss journeys for people. Post about Slim, about Block, about our 14-day Slim Down Challenge. Now, we are the gut health driven company, right? But weight loss is a big deal for a lot of people, but we also want to educate them that in order for weight loss to happen, you have to balance your body out and clean up your body, rid yourself of the bad bacteria, and then weight loss is an added bonus. So we don't want to get in thinking that this is a gimmick or this is a fix, because it's not. That's the farthest thing from what we are. But we have had a lot of people have successful weight loss journeys with our products. So maybe the third day of this posting regimen, you could focus on those. Fourth day, make a business post. Post about what your office looks like. So maybe sit out on your patio with your computer or take a picture of yourself in the car at a stoplight. Like basically putting it in the minds of people, or if you're at the pool, like that you can work this business anywhere. Dana Holt signed a new ambassador last week, and she took a picture on our 3-way message that we were doing. She was at the park with her son, and I mean, literally working from anywhere. So I think that that's really telling for a lot of people, just to know that we're human, like we're normal people, like full-time working, or we have kids, or there's a lot going on, and we're not out there being salespeople, because that's not what we are. Think about sharing a diamond documentary. And I want to tell you, if you do not know what a diamond documentary is, they are professional cameramen and women that fly around the country to visit our diamond ambassadors, and they do a documentary of their lifestyle, and it's really heart driven, and I cry at every one of them. But those are tools that just are not utilized enough to really hit it home for some people. It's not even about network marketing. It's about what this opportunity can bring to somebody's family. But if you go to your back office, they are re-recording all of them currently right now. If you go to your back office and your virtual office, it's under recognition. And I think that there's only 4 of them out there, because they are re-recording all of them right now. But we also have a link to be able to share with you all of where the diamond documentaries are held. But they're really, really great tools for people. And then, it's really great to be creative, especially if you're going to use this 5-day regimen the rest of July. Change things up for your audience, but it's just a really good posting method. And then something will really stick out to someone who may have been watching. And I know I've said this earlier, but like Katie Rice is an example. And she and I had been talking since 2014. And Katie is now a gold ambassador who literally wanted nothing to do with the business side from day one. Not at all. Like, even when she signed, I sent her the email, I sent her things, and she's like, yeah, I didn't really read that. Like, I just want my products. Like, I'm just excited about my products. And it wasn't until I asked her to post 2 sentences on Facebook, and it lit up like wildfire. And that was her aha moment. So when you're talking to someone, even if they say that, they might be interested in the products, but they never, ever would think that this opportunity would be for them, you just never, ever know. So don't prejudge. Don't give up on someone. If it's in your heart to share with them and you think that their life can change because of this, keep going because it can. It's definitely not easy to share sometimes, but if we get out of our own way, it can absolutely create massive momentum. Oh, and then the last day, the 5th day, I'm gonna make sure I'm telling you right. Make a really authentic post about yourself. So if you share other testimonies of other people a lot, make sure that on the 5th day, you're tying this all together, all day 1, 2, 3, 4, and now 5, and showing how Plexus can change your life, like how it's changed your life, or how you're excited about it changing. And some of this, you guys may seem remedial, but I don't know if you feel the same way, but right now there are so many amazing products and so many new products that it can be really hard to figure out when to share, what to share, like which one should be a priority, microbiome activating slim, some hunger control, like how is this all happening? And I think that this kind of ties it in, again, going back to having a plan and executing that plan is going to get you so much further than just thinking about what you're going to do. Because like, who spends so much time thinking about what they're going to do before they do it? And I think if we just keep like spending all of that time and spinning our wheels, we're not going to end up doing anything. And it's going to actually make us more productive to do all of the things than not do anything. So if you think about all of these things that I've talked about, 30-minute IPA, whether it's in a challenge or a power half hour, or maybe getting together with someone else and doing a power half hour, if you try or attempt to do all of the things and the examples that I've shared tonight, I have no doubt that you won't hit your goals. Like, I'm certain that you will reach your goals. And so that was the what and the how. The last thing, and I won't keep you much longer, I'm sorry, is when will you do it? So what, how, when? And while I cover this last, I think it's the most important because we know what we want to do. We know how to do it. We have all the tools in front of us, but the last part is on us, right? Every single day. When? At night, in the morning, on the weekends. What's helped me, and if it can help you, just make it like anything else. So like, what time do you have to be at work every day? What time do you have to drop your kids off at school? What time do you have to pick up, your kids from practice? We don't miss any of those things. We do those things because it's something that we have to do. These are the things that we do every day. So, and because we do them, they're a priority. So if you put Plexus somewhere on that list as a priority as well, that's going to help you reach those goals. So if you're thinking about when, try to put it on your calendar. And this is going to look different for everybody. Maybe you have 10 minutes only a day, and that's awesome. Put what works for you in that calendar. And this is, again, being realistic of what works for you. Because if you're going to say, I have 60 minutes a day when you don't, that's going to just set up a roadblock for you, and it's going to make you feel like you failed if you didn't hit that goal. So be realistic on how much time you have for yourself during the day. Every one of us has a different schedule, different demands on us every single day. And I would never want to tell you the right amount of time that you need to have to do this, because I don't think that there is a right amount of time. I think it's just the intention that you use with the time that you have. But if you guys on this call, I know that it means that you want to have a productive business. And in 4 years of doing this, I have made all of the mistakes, all of them. I had to figure out the way, like what my way would be. And in the beginning, I had no regimen to my business, none. Like summer would come and I would be completely overwhelmed. And so I would do nothing, literally nothing. And this was in the beginning. And then September would come and I would be so frustrated at myself. And instead of getting ahead, I was spending so much time just trying to catch up. And that was just kind of an eye-opening moment for me because I didn't want to do nothing anymore. So this summer, I held myself accountable and I said, okay, not this time, but not in a way that it's unhealthy or not in a way that it's taking time away from my family or, yes, are there little sacrifices? Sure. I don't listen to music in the car and I don't read People magazine right now, but that's because I choose to leave my voicemail messages in the messenger and when I'm in the car. And instead of reading People magazines, I'm trying to soak up as much John Maxwell as I can. But this is still fitting into the nooks and crannies of my life without monopolizing a ton of time. And that's something that I really had to shift and learn because it's not about working this every single minute of every single day at all. And I was guilty of that for a long time once I fell in love with this whole thing. But it's not, it's just about working smarter, not harder. Because I want to come from a place showing you that I am in the same place as you every day. I struggle to time block. I struggle to find the time, but I'm doing it and working it every single day. And if we show up, we are so much more likely to reach the goals that we have. And if we don't have a plan, it's really hard to reach and to be successful. So last thing I have, and then I will open it up because I know I've been talking for a while, are tips that I have to figure out when to do these things. First one is, and I've kind of said this before, but schedule in a calendar like an appointment. Whenever you have time, try to schedule it. Even if that's you're scheduling it an hour before, find a planner, find a calendar, something that will keep you accountable that you can carry with you. Number 2, find an accountability partner. And I love this because this is something that find someone that has a similar lifestyle like you and you guys can really rally around each other and talk to each other. And you know what? If you fall behind, there is only one thing that I will not let you do, and that is to don't quit. Just take a step back, reevaluate that goal. And maybe the goal that you set wasn't realistic or achievable with what you have in your mind. But it doesn't mean to stop or to quit or that you're going to fail or that this isn't meant for you. Just reestablish that goal and go after it again. And that's my number one piece of advice is to not quit or stop because it's the only way that you won't continue moving forward. And that's the only control that we have over this whole business is ourselves. What we continue to do and what we continue to pour into. And then number 3 is we have probably all heard the saying more than once, but if we do what we've always done, we will get what we have always gotten. And while that can be a really tough pill to swallow for myself or for anybody else, I think it's really true because if we want to see the change, then we have to be the change and to change ourselves. And if we want to grow, then we have to really try to put ourselves out there and to grow. So that is kind of pretty much all that I have at the moment. I know that I talked for quite some time, but hopefully this helped kind of, if you guys are sitting there with a piece of paper or thinking what are my goals? What am I going to set? What am I going to achieve? And you guys might work actually a little bit different. And if you do, I would love to hear it, but I wanted to I'm going to unmute everyone and I want to open it up to if you guys want to share what your goals are for this month. I think kind of help us all stay accountable. So hi, Sarah. I didn't see you jump on. Hello, lady.
Hi. Hey, we got home late from church.
Well, thanks for jumping on. I appreciate it.
Sure.
Yeah. Did you guys, I know a lot of this information we kind of already know, but I think sometimes we just kind of divide it down. Hopefully you guys are starting to kind of roll some things around in your head of what you want July to bring you. And I would love to hear them. Only if you want to share.
I put on mine that I want to increase my PV, and I want to be able to get more customers and ambassadors to come on board.
Let me ask you this, Annette. How many customers do you want to get this month? Number wise.
Now you're making it hard.
That's what it's supposed to do.
All right, I'm going to say three customers.
Write that down.
I did.
Okay, perfect. And what do you want your PV to be? Like, what would you feel like would be a realistic increase for you?
I just more than last time, or more than, be the highest time.
You want to try to double it?
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So, because if you're getting 3 new customers, that can be, depending on what they order, that can rise it up pretty much. Or you can do increase it by 300, whatever you feel like would be
okay
for you.
Okay.
Good. Well, I'm proud of you. We will help you reach those. What about you?
I found that I wanted to add 3 new ambassadors and 3 new customers, as well as get over 100 credits for Leaders Retreat.
Awesome. That's all. And for you, like writing down the names of people in your notebook, have you found that that's a helpful system for you?
Yeah, because going back through on Messenger, if you've messaged quite a few people, you lose people.
Mm-hmm.
So I learned that once I send a message and I write their name down, if they respond with interest, I put a star next to them. If they say no thank you, I cross off their name. Then if they're message me next week or something, or I get paid next Friday, to put that in my calendar as and to follow up with them on that day, and I put it on the notebook also. So I'm holding myself double accountable so I don't forget.
That's awesome. I think that's a great system if that works for you. And you're right, like Messenger, I wish it had something where they rather than hiding, deep down, then you have to kind of scroll through and think when did I send that? I wish they had some type of bucket that you can move, almost like an inbox,
Yeah. Well, I've already 2 of my 3 ambassadors for this month so far, so I'm hoping to be able to meet these goals.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. You're almost to your goal. Do you want to share with all of us what you think is how your 2 joined? Do you think it's just more of reach outs and putting it out there for people?
Yeah, so with both of them, I've actually been talking to them for about 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay.
I would say probably every other day. Either just if I made a post, I would say, hey, go check out my latest, or I would just send a message to them. Keeping them engaged, keeping them accountable for their interests. I don't know if that's the right way to put it.
Yeah, no.
Not letting them forget what, we've talked about, I guess.
Yeah.
And then they both signed up. The second I messaged them and told them about the sale for the membership fee for being $17.76, they both were like, all right, sign me up. And they both joined the same day, so that was cool. And then I found out later they were related.
That's what you said. That's all. I think you brought up a really good topic. I think you brought up a really good topic. I have a girl who's signing up tonight, and she was we've been talking for a year, and I sent her the message about the joining special, and she said, I'll get back to you, and she said would get back to me I think twice. And so I just sent her another thing tonight, just saying hope you had a great 4th, and just that alone sparked. She's like, oh my God, I totally forgot. So I think people forget. It's not you're bothering them, or they just are trying to avoid you. I mean, I think truly legitimately people forget, and if you just put that spark in your head, even if it's not about Plexus, just some type of message, or just thinking about you, hope you're doing, having a great day. They're like, oh my God. And then they look at the last thread of messages. So it goes a lot to say that people sometimes silence means just they forgot.
Yeah. And I'm that way too. I'll open a text message and I will be in the middle doing something. I'll read it and I'll close it. gone. I completely forget to respond. Like, I'm the worst when it comes to that. If you don't ever get a text back from me, I swear it's not personal.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. We have so much going on up here. So no, I'm proud of you. That's amazing. I love
And then the one girl, Janelle, that signed up, we have done 6 3-way chats in the last 72 hours. And we have 2 scheduled for tomorrow. So I am really hopeful that she is going to sink some fish here, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. She could go silver, you know, fair if she has people that are interested and want to take up on this deal, and with the products that are coming out. I mean, I just think it's a great opportunity, especially for new folks and for us that feel like, you know, it's like that momentum wave that we keep riding, kind of stagnant, and there's convention, and then you come home and it's overwhelming because you learn so much, and then now it's.
And to kind of, I will say I did have to kind of like deplug for a little bit after convention, because I was so like, there was so much information and I wanted to just like put it all out there at once. Yeah. And I had to slow myself down and break it down. And I know you and I've talked several times, like, okay, let's do this, like for this week, you know, strip it all away and start up from scratch. Yeah. And so that's when I pulled out this amazing notebook that we got there and started my list. I did what's called my hundreds list, and I wrote down, I think we have like the 64. Yeah. I just went with 100. I just like 64 wasn't even like a whole number for me, and I have OCD really bad, so I just went with 100.
That's interesting, because for some people 64 is like way too many, and then they start in like smaller chunks. That's how it's just kind of comes full circle on how everybody works so differently. Yeah.
Well, I'm at 60 currently. I've been trying to do like 10 people a day. And again, with the whole numbers thing, I can't do it at like 64. So I don't know. I just went, my goal is to get to 100, and start over. But it seems to be working. I get a lot of feedback, and I just kind of got over my damn self and, thought, well, if they say no, okay.
Absolutely. I'm proud of you. That's awesome. That is great. What about you, Sarah?
For me, it's a lot of replication. So if I have 12 now, but I think over half of them aren't frequent. But I was doing some math, and by math I mean counting by fives, because that's about all I can do. But I mean, I'm to the point where now I have 2 pages of ambassadors, and I don't know what that accent was, but if I'll have about, I might have 30 points for the first time ever, which, is 30 points, but when you're
it's 30 points, you'd be proud of them.
I mean, when you're sitting at 10, 15, etc. for a while, and then my husband, who's sitting on the edge of the bed watching John Oliver eating popcorn, he's talking to people about it too, because he's also an ambassador, and he's working on it as well. So it's just a matter of not doing everything myself, and getting the ambassadors who signed under me to start that me plus 3 process themselves. So, and plus, Nicole and I talked the other day, but a big goal of mine is, little goals, which is great that they're doing it this way, but to earn consistency club. So that way, when I go to convention next year, that way I can get on stage, and not because I want to be on stage, but because I think that's going to be a huge thing. Even if it's just the 300, I think it'd be awesome.
Absolutely. It's a great goal to go for. It's a great goal. And it's consistently growing your business, and you're earning points and changing lives all along the way to go for it. Yeah. Love it. That's awesome. Do you guys have anything else? Hopefully tonight was helpful. I think it's just really important to, I am one, it took me 3 years to realize that you can work smarter, not harder. Cause I always kept thinking, oh, the more time that you have and the more screens that you have up at once. And that's just, that's not it. That's not the secret to it. It's just the secret to it is just taking a small chunk of time and working it with intention and being authentic and genuine. And that's who we are. So it makes me proud. Anything else, you guys? No?
Kind of, just a quick question. You mentioned earlier about the 2 sentences that you asked Katie to post when she wasn't interested.
Yeah.
I was kind of curious what your verbiage was for.
I think it was similar to the magic post. And if I could, it would take me about an hour and a half to scroll to find it because I don't erase those things. But I think it was something along the lines of, so excited for this journey I'm about to start. I can't wait for like more energy, better sleep, something, whatever that my friend Nicole shared with me. Who wants to do this with me?
Okay, so I have the magic post, so that's.
It was very similar, it was very, very similar. Something where I felt like she would be comfortable enough doing. Actually, you know what? Hold on. I remember cutting and pasting the same thing to this one. I can find pretty easy. I want to make sure that I read you exactly. Okay.
Sorry, it was kind of off topic. But.
No.
Very dare you ask a question, Sheena.
I'm so full of questions lately. I'm sure Nicole just loved me.
Okay, hold on. Here we go. Oh, darn it. Oh, okay, here it is. Well, this one was actually someone who, like, I think Katie actually did it like her second day or third day of being on the products, like when she got her success kit. This friend actually was a few weeks in, but you can kind of tweak it the way. So it was something like a few days in or a few weeks in, whatever you want them to say. And I'm sleeping better, have more energy and feeling less bloated, loving this gut health journey. Who wants to join me? And then I had them put hashtag it's plants. And then I also had them like, this person's name is Kate. And so we came up with a hashtag like kick inflammation with Kate, so like I had them like, if they wanted to be like, and this person, I just said, would you trust me if I gave you 2 sentences, would you put this out there? And some of them will say no, and that's fine. But some people will be like Katie was like, I don't care. I'll do it. Like, just tell me,
Yeah.
Sure. That's totally fine. And she did it. And she exploded at that point. And so it really was her aha moment. And it can be scary for people though, but you want to make sure that you tell them before they put that post out there, anybody that responds to you, I want you to start a 3-way message and cut and paste this. So like they already have in their hands, like what they can cut and paste. And I have that information too. So I can put that in below after I post this video in our page. So I'll provide them with that too. So that way it's not like, well, now what do? I started 3-way message, but I have no idea what to say. And the whole idea is like for Katie, she literally started 17 3-way messages, cut and paste. And I answered all of them. And it was just started the conversation going. So like a little extra work in the beginning but with overwhelmingness from people out, we want to take that away from them. So not be scared off right away and be like, this is a lot of work. So,
well, I did that with, Lisa, Janelle, and Shelly, because all 3 of them signed up in the same week.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to overwhelm them, so I waited a couple of days, and then I added them to like 1 and 2 groups, and then I think the 3rd group, and then I sent them the email, and because I didn't want to give it all to them at once, and then get overwhelmed, see all of our notifications, and be like, "This, I don't have time for this."
Right.
And that seemed to kind of help a little bit, but Lisa and Shelly both are in it for the price, with the possibility of working the business after they see results, which I hate that, but I'm working on that. That's
so I have a really good video that I will send that to you about that.
Okay.
Really good video, like a 4-minute quick one about why not to wait. That'll be a good one. And put like a little winky face emoji and just send it to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Awesome.
Good deal. Anybody else have anything? Nope. Well, thank you guys so much. And if anybody else wants that video, if you guys have new people that come on about how they want to wait, let me know. Send me a message and I'll send you that video too. It's a really good one. So
Thank you.
thanks for jumping on. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.